This is Irontrader. It is Wednesday, which is hump day, which means it is crude day. Now, the API report came out last night, and crude had a build of 4.6 million barrels. Gasoline had a draw of 1.7 million. Distillates had a draw of 2.1, and Cushing had a draw of 1.1. Now, remember, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. We'll see if it all confirms. Okay, so as usual, what we're doing, we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas. But first of all, we'll take a look here at NVDA stock. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have NVIDIA, your daily and your weekly. Okay, so you're not going to have any movement on a chart because this is just a daily chart, okay? Doesn't come into fruition, as they say, till about 9:30. Okay, so what we had here is we had this nice, good rally off the bounce into his nice big conference that he had going on. Now, if you listened to him yesterday, I mean, the company's really hitting on all cylinders. The problem is you always have to look at it this way. It's not the news that matters. It's always the reaction to it, okay? So what we had here is we had a really nice rally, but right into that 21-day, pulled right back. Now, yesterday was a really good trade. Got 4 points out of it. Very, very nice trade. Now, you can see where it came down, and it held that 8-day. See, this is why you trade the charts. Okay, so for today, this is what we're looking at. If that 8-day is lost here, okay, so at 114.55 right now, then we're going to come to the bottom of this candle here, looking at 113.79, and then we come here at 112.88. There's your gap, and then look to the top of this candle, 112.24. There's your fill, your gap and your fill, okay? And then what we can do is we want to come right to the bottom here, 110.11. Okay, because this is where it came down, had that price channel going across, and then we just follow the candles down, 107.56. We have 105.46, and then your big retest at 104.77. But again, that's it, only if that 8-day is lost. Just watch this gap in that fill situation. Okay, now here on the upside, well, we want to watch this 116.76. We want to watch 117.76. Then we'll come up to yesterday's high. That's at 119.02 level. We come up here at 121.88. But really, this is what you're looking for is at 121.94. So realistically, what you're doing is you're trading between this 21-day and this 8-day right now. Okay, so we got to see if it breaks down. Well, we know exactly where it's going. If it breaks up and you close above that 21-day, well, then we're going to be hitting that 200-day, 127.67, and then 128.54. Possibly 134.16 and then 143.44. The problem I have with this right now is NVIDIA is sitting at 116.91. Okay, so we're above what we closed at. But with that big conference and all that stuff going on, and he didn't break out of this range at all here. Now, Jensen's going to be on CNBC, I believe, at 10:30 here today. We'll see what he has to say. Now, we look at the weekly chart here. Well, this 50-day is everything. You can see where so far this week it went up into the 50-day, but then it's pulling back. Okay, so if you can get above that, then we have that 8-day at 124. 74. Then we have your 21-day. But you can see how that 8-day crossed over. Now this is going to provide very, very big time resistance. If you cross over that 50, that's even going to be worse. Okay, so just always look at a weekly chart here now. Now we're sitting here at 43 on a weekly. There's nowhere near oversold. Plenty of room on the downside. Same way here. Okay, so again, we're trading this range at 8-day to 21-day. We'll see if we can break out. We come above. We break down. We come all the way down here. Okay. All right, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now, you can see here where we just have this big sideways action, okay, sign of the situation. And we have this 8-day all involved in it, okay? So look at the downside here first. This is what you're watching is at 82,591 level, okay? And then what we do is we go to yesterday's low. You're looking at 81,120. Then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 84,550. Then we'll come over to the bottom here. You're looking at, that was wrong. Sorry about that. That was 80.40. Okay, I looked at the top. And then we look at the bottom of this candle here, 78,675. And then 77,450, that's your 200-day. And then we have this retest here of the recent low at 76,735. That's the downside. But it looks like we just have this nice big trading range. Okay, so this is a really good trade, long and short. I do IBIT for the long, BIT for the short, working out very, very nicely. Now, upside, yeah, there we want to look at yesterday's high, 84,390. We'll come to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 84,925, and we come up here at 85,595. This is going to be your big target, is that 21-day, 87,020. Okay, now you can see here how many times that has hit it again. Okay, and you can't get through. So it's got to prove itself. It can't just say, okay, it's going up higher. You've got to prove that you can get and close above that 21 day. Okay, otherwise you can have the same reaction, and she's going to go sideways to down situation. But if you can manage to get above it, then we have the 100-day at 92,217, and then 94,387 is your 50-day. But here's what we have: just sideways action. So we just want to trade this. Okay, so watch this 8-day. That's going to be key. We start rallying, watch that 21-day. Downside here, we just watch yesterday's low. That's going to be key, that 81,120. And then we'll come right here at that 80.40, and then we have your retest. Okay, so what we have here, we had a positive divergence going on. Now you're sitting at 42. It's just kind of just going sideways, obviously, and just what it's not really telling us a whole lot. Same way here with the MACD. Okay, so but we're sitting at the bottom scenario. So any kind of a catalyst will send this thing ripping up higher. But right now you got to figure the 8-day, 21-day, 50-day, all trending down. Okay, that's never good. You want to have it like this: 50-day, 21-day, trending up. If we're going to get that up move. Okay, I'll take a look here at crude oil, natural gas. Okay, here we have the crude oil. Now remember, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30 for crude oil, tomorrow for natural gas at 10:30. Okay, so here's what we have. We just have this big sideways action. Yesterday, we ran right up, made a nice higher high, but then we put this topping tail in. But where did it go? Okay, right into that 21-day. See, this is why you want to trade the chart. So you always have to look at this 21-day as being very, very strong resistance until it proves different. Okay, once it gets above that, then that becomes nice support, and then we head for the next level, which would be your 100-day, 50-day, and 200-day. Okay, but right now that's not what the case is. Now we're behind, the price is below all the simple moving averages. So on the upside today, what we want to watch is this 66.85. Okay, then we want to watch is the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 67.25, and then we'll come on top of here, 67.48 level. Then we can come to the top of this candle, 67.94, and then we're looking for that 21-day at 68.33 level. Okay, but we have to get above this 8 simple moving average, and we just have this sideways action kind of a situation, which is actually a really good trade. I use UCO for the long, SCO for the short, and it's working out very, very nice. Now, downside here, well, we want to watch yesterday's low. Okay, so it's 66.44, and then we want to watch today's low at that 66.09. If that is lost here, we come right here at 65.80, and then we're going to come and do this retest at 65.22. Now, we had this nice double bottom, ran up nicely, but that 21-day total brick wall. Okay, so for today, this is what you want to watch, is that 8-day. You get above that, we're going to be looking for that 21-day. We start losing this, okay, even lower, then we're going to be looking here to retest at 65.22 level. Okay, natural gas here. We've got this bear flag situation going on here. And there's things out here I just don't like. See, we had this negative divergence. We had a topping tail here. Okay, and then your green is below your red, which shows momentum to the downside. Okay, plus we have this bear flag situation going on. Now, if you look at this 8-day, it crossed over that 21-day, and that's not good. Okay, as far as prices going higher. Now, for me, it doesn't make any difference. UNG for the long, KLD for the short. It's all good. Okay, so let's take a look at the upside. Okay, right there. So you're looking at 4.14. That's your 8-day. 4.16. That is your 21-day. If you can get above that, then we'll look to the top of this candle right here. Okay, 4.21. And then what we'll do is we'll be looking right here, 4.33, and then we have 4.37. That is going to be your upside targets. And then we can just rally up here, 4.42, 4.447, 4.51, and then we just so on all the way on up here. But right now, with that 8-day crossing over, that's never a good sign. See, that's like we had here, and look how it took the price. Okay, so always look at this. This is like a bear flag situation, so let's just see if it plays out. Now, again, if it closes back above the 21-day and 8-day and gets here above where this candle is here at that 437, well, that would negate that bear flag pattern, and she would go higher, obviously. Now, on the downside here, what we really want to watch is this level here, okay? So you're looking at that 3.95, okay? That's holding up very, very nicely. If that is lost, then we're going to come right here. Your next support is 3.86. And then we're going to come to the bottom of this candle here at 3.74 level, which if you just look at your price tag, your price channel right here, the blue line is the bottom of that candle. And then we'll look here to the bottom at that 3.55, and then we have your 100-day at 3.49. So right now we just have this sideways action, bear flag setup situation, 8-day crossed over here. I don't really see anything bullish here unless we can close above the 8 and that 21-day, then we got a shot at higher. If not, this could be just a sideways action. So for today, what you want to watch is that 8-day, 21-day on the upside. And then if it sells off, we want to watch that 50-day here on the old downside. Okay, that's what I got for you back here at Midday Trading. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, and natural gas, and then we throw something else in the old mix. Now, remember, the Fed is meeting today. They'll have their announcement here at 2 o'clock. Now, I don't think they're going to be cutting any rates, anything like that. But what it is you always want to listen to the speech at 2:30 because that's the wording, what they're actually talking about and stuff. So that's what we want to watch there today. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on. EIA report for crude at 10:30, and then that the Fed be at 2 o'clock. But we'll just see what the wording is on his speech at 2:30. Okay, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.